Welcome to Between the Mics podcast, where we will talk about anything and everything. Who knows? We might talk about sports games that we're watching, what's going on in our lives outside of podcasting and streaming, motivational things that we want to share, the live streaming that we're doing, the games that we're playing, and who knows, probably some tech. But all I know is that there will be lots of laughs and great stories told. Between the Mics, you have myself, known as TheAwesomeDado online, or you can just call me Mike, and my co-host, known as Flinty Dog online, or you can call him AJ. We appreciate and are excited to have you here and joining us and listening to us as we take you through our chaotic mayhem of thoughts between the mics. Gang, welcome on into episode number 3 of Between the Mics podcast, where we are super excited. We have a very special guest here with us today. But before we get to him and provide him his well-deserved introduction, I wanted to bring Gabs in. We have Gabs and myself here today. What's going on, Gabs?
What's up? What's up, dude? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, dude? We're hanging out. We're going to bring in our special guest, which I'm super excited to get to learn about. Question for you. How long have you known our guest for, roughly?
Roughly? It's gotta be no more than 4 months, I think, truthfully.
Oh, so you're just dating. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
we're not official yet like that, but you know, we're in the dating phase, the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, not even Facebook official. So let's make it Facebook official and bring in our guest of episode number 3, Mr. Alien Zombie. Welcome, buddy. How are you?
I could honestly do without all the wind.
With all the, yeah, that's fair. It's snowing here in Ohio.
Yeah,
shitty.
we went from a wind advisory to a high wind warning, so that should be fun.
So when you just cut out,
anything.
yeah, we know it's sunny and there's cactuses and palm trees. We don't need to hear your end of it, Gabs.
Definitely palm trees. I don't know why. Whose idea was it to bring palm trees to Arizona?
That's a good question. It's a great question. We should dive into deep of that and figure that out and send that person a letter, because you're right, it doesn't make sense.
A strongly worded letter.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir, madam, to whom it may concern, why did you bring palm trees to the desert?
Yeah, what are you on about it?
Right. But we're super excited. Alien has decided to come in and get the grilling from myself and Gabs today. Unfortunately, Flinty had a personal conflict and couldn't be with us here today, so he just gets to listen to it and miss out on all the fun that we're going to have. But that's okay.
That nerd.
That nerd.
I'll tell you what.
So Alien, I know that we've talked a little bit, but we are curious to learn a little bit about you. I guess let's start with maybe give us a little background. Where are you from? Generally, what can you tell us about Zombie?
Well, I am in Virginia.
State for lovers. Got it.
That's to be debated. That is to be debated.
That's only a myth.
You're right. We just put on a license plate to make sure that people actually show up and come to our state. But that's it. I
mean, we have the slogan Virginia's for lovers, but crime rate has gone up quite a bit, so that slogan's debatable now.
I mean, it's a different kind of love, right? No, it's not.
Now I'm curious.
I mean, it could be a different kind of love. It just stings a lot more.
Love-hate type of relationship.
I'm going to be looking up after the podcast. What is Virginia's crime rate? Just so I know what kind of crime is happening. Is it blue collar, white collar, or is it just straight murder?
Yes.
Straight up clacking. Just
Pew pew pew. I said I
It should
love
not
you.
be.
Yeah, because I actually
Look.
came across a TikTok during the new year. Sounded completely like Iraq with gunshots.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's Chicago. And then the person mentioned where it was. And I'm like, oh, that's like 18 miles that way from me.
You gotta love that.
Nice. Nice.
And I also like how you went, oh no, it's Iraq. Oh no, it's Chicago. Oh shit.
It's here.
It's here.
Yeah, that was about the progression of my thoughts.
Mhm. It used to be Detroit, and then now it's not Detroit. Now it's Chicago, which is shitty because if you've ever been to Chicago, downtown, in my opinion, is amazing. It's just the bad rap that happens in the south side of town. Sad.
I haven't been much traveling.
Oh
I've
no.
At
only-
least on the eastern portion of the U.S.
I've only been to a couple states.
Yeah, traveling is definitely one of mine and Mrs. Dado's things. We always be traveling, nonstop.
That sounds like fun though. I like going on drives personally.
Although most of my travels to different states has to do with my brother being in the military, so that's a little bit more interesting.
So, are you traveling to see him at the bases? I take it,
Uh,
or when he has
during-
leave.
he is in the reserves,
Ah,
but when he graduated basic, we got to go to Fort Knox there in Kentucky.
mm-hmm.
First time ever on a military base.
You one of the most secured ones. Yep.
Yep. And then when he was deployed, they had a family day before they actually left for Iraq, of which I got to go to Fort Dix in New Jersey.
Ooh.
Which that was fun because as soon as you pass the gates and they let you in the base, you're met with a federal prison.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yes.
A federal
Federal-
prison, like
Of which-
a maximum security prison. I take it.
I'm guessing if it's on a military base.
A different kind of security.
Right. Right.
Good luck getting out, fucker.
If not, we'll sick the whole army on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you have your brother that's in the military. Do you have any
Mhm.
other siblings, Zombie?
I have two brothers.
Oh, two brothers.
Yes,
Older, I take it, or younger?
I am the younger of the three.
Ah, the baby.
Yes.
A little bit bad, as one would say.
So Dado has one older sister, and that's it. So I'm also the baby, and she always like, "You're the favorite." Well, yeah, because I'm freaking awesome. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, you mean the awesome Dado?
Ding, 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 ding. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's crazy.
It's almost like it was planned.
Looks like we finally deciphered how you got your name.
Yeah, yeah. And it might be just from my kids telling me how cool I am, but that also is just because they want McDonald's or Roblox or something for
No.
me to buy them. But that's
Not
besides the
Robux
point.
money.
Right.
You're awesome, Dad. Give me Robux money. Come on.
Yeah, butter in the toast, right?
Yeah. Me, I am also the youngest, but I have three older sisters.
Oh,
So I'm also El Bebe. You know? what I
El
mean?
Bebe.
Yeah.
Although the fascinating thing with me is I was supposed to be twins,
Oh,
Mm.
but yet there were no twins. So
Just you.
I jokingly say that I ate my twin.
That's a double surprise, you know? Like,
Yeah, survival of the
surprise.
fittest.
It's like, surprise, it's supposed to be twins, and then you're born and you're like, surprise, it's just me.
it's just me. The other one is a little baby. Didn't make it. Let me tell you, it can't fight its way through the womb. It ain't gonna make it out here in real life. No, I'm kidding.
I ate it.
Right.
It's me. It's in my belly.
It's like, I mean, get in my belly.
Although I probably shouldn't joke about that because that is an actual condition that happens.
What? Seriously?
Yes.
All right, it's gonna cut out.
Wait. So you're telling me right now, if I was to pull up Google and Google baby eats other baby in womb, that's a horrible search history, but it's gonna come up with some type of serious thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're writing that down on the whiteboard to Google later because now I'm curious. It's right next to crime rate for Virginia and then baby eats baby.
Now, is it like actual eating, or how does the eating happen? Now I'm curious.
The other one basically absorbs the twin.
Like a black hole type thing.
Basically, kind of, yeah.
See, now you know.
Yeah,
The more you know.
The more you know. I'm Between the Mics podcast. You got to put a rainbow effect in the podcast.
We're gonna do that and just the reading rainbow thing.
Right. Okay, so we've learned that Zombie has 2 older brothers. He's from Virginia. What about how did you come to your gaming name, Zombie? That is one of the most curious things that I know I get asked. I've asked Gabs, so now we're going to ask you. How did you come to Alien Zombie?
So it was 15 years ago.
Oh?
Yeah, I've had this name for a long time.
Yeah. So 15 years ago, I
was making an account because I wanted to follow someone I was watching.
Uh-huh.
And I kept going through names, and for like an hour, every name I put in was taken.
You gotta love that.
So at the end, I just said, screw it. I like aliens. I like zombies. Put it together, and it was available. So I got my name.
Ta-da! Ding! Alien Zombie was born.
Originally, I was going for like Dragon Slayer or something like that, but no, it was already taken.
Everybody be liking that Dragon Slayer. Imagine how terrifying it would be to actually come across an alien zombie.
Right.
Like that shooter game that you've been playing, Dado. With all the aliens.
Oh, right, yeah.
Imagine they come back. Zombies. It'd be a whole other level of effed.
You just hear me scream and want to throw my controller even more in that game. And that's, I'm glad you brought that up because we play that game and zombie or alien, whatever. I go back and forth with whatever I call him. Sorry. Comes in and, Flinty Dog and I are playing that game and we're just like, F these aliens, and aliens in the chat like, what did I do wrong, man? Like, I didn't do anything wrong.
What I did.
Right.
Although recently, apparently, y'all like to call me Alien Zombie.
You want to get into that story?
Why do we call you Alien Zombie?
I was telling Gabs about, there's some people that I followed on Twitch, and instead of saying, oh, thanks for following Alien Zombie, they would not read apparently and call me Alien Zombie.
Oh.
So now he's Alan.
Now he's Alan.
And apparently Gabs found that funny. He was like, oh, you should change your name to Alien Zombie in my server. Oh, okay.
Sure. I don't even get the choice of what my name is in some of these Discord servers. I just come back from like a day's at work and then I come into one, I'm like the Master Farmer, or I go and do other ones and they've changed my name completely. I'm like, I didn't consent to this. What are you doing?
You consented to Master Farmer. You take a lot of pride in that.
Sure don't.
Out of everyone, you are the Master Farmer. So
yeah, we come to you for questions. Whenever we have questions on Farm Sim.
Yeah, and I just tell you what's wrong, and then it epically fails.
And then leave.
And then leave. Yeah.
Tell you what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it.
Right. I tell you what's wrong with it. You ain't planting no seeds with it.
Well, I'd be able to get gas and plant seeds if, Daddy Biden give me more money.
You got to take those
Casually
government
sets it down.
subsidies.
Casually set some more down.
Yeah, there's like 8 signs in like a 100-foot radius of his house.
Or in my case, the trailer park.
All the trailer park. It was a joke, and then it became reality, and we actually made a trailer park.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah,
learned don't take a break while you play with the group because they will F your farm up quick, fast,
Yeah.
and in a hurry.
Yeah. That was supposed to be my serious one. I
Did
leave
you tell
and
them that?
No, I did not. That was my mistake.
I was going to say, those are real friends. You tell them it was serious, and they still put a trailer park in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't think that would have mattered much.
Although it's a nice trailer park.
It did become a nice trailer park. I will give them that.
They
It
worked
did
real hard
become
on it.
very nice. There were ramps everywhere in that map.
I tried to fix the terrain.
Truthfully, I miss them now.
Do I need to put them back?
It'll never be the same. That's the thing.
It'll never be the same.
I could make them better.
I'm already heartbroken by it,
You can't ruin it the same way you ruined it the first time.
You just want me to buy more land on your farm and make new ones?
I don't even know if I have that save anymore. I probably do. I'd have to. I haven't played that game in forever. But it was fun. It was fun playing that with the boys.
It was. I know that some of them are taking it like super serious, which is awesome. I love to see it. And they're like, we got to plant this, we got to do that. And I'm like, sure.
Dado's like, relax.
It's all right, man. It's cool, bro. It'll grow. The sunflowers will be there. No, it's fun.
Man.
It's
It's
definitely a
good
blast.
fun. It's good quality time with the boys when you're playing it.
And that's one of the many games that, at least that I play as an escape from the real world. We've talked about it in the past of working all day, come home, be a dad, and then get the time for yourself. So, Zombie, if you had to pick a game that you would jump into without thinking twice about it as an escape, what game would you pick?
Oh, that is such a hard question because there's so many games.
Like what you did, you made them think about it.
I know.
Why you make me think?
Jeopardy music. Do, 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 do.
And copyrighted.
Yeah, right. And canceled.
Although most of the time, if I hop on and just want to play something, it's normally Car Mechanic Simulator or Hearts of Iron 4.
Ah. Explain to me, you mentioned that last night when we were messing around too. What is Hearts of Iron 4?
It is a World War II simulation game.
Oh.
You basically pick a country and you develop it, and you can then declare war on the rest of the world and try to conquer it.
Interesting.
Clash of Clans, but better.
Right. World War II edition of Clash of Clans.
Yes, although I play with the Millennium Dawn mod, which allows you
again?
which allows you the Millennium Dawn mod.
Okay.
It allows you to play in modern day.
Oh. But you're fighting World War II, so you're like out there with like stealth bombers.
Well, that ain't fair.
With the Millennium Dawn mod, it changes the entire way that the game plays.
Ooh.
Yeah, because with that, you then have to worry about money going into debt, NATO, the EU.
My.
Sounds like politics.
Yes.
Not a smart man, so that is a game I'm losing very fast.
Right. I was just thinking, I was like, come in to play a game for an escape, and Zombie's like, nope, give me something that's going to challenge me mentally so I could take over the world. I'm like, I'm going to plow the fields. Yeah.
Although
Time to
I've
roll.
posted a picture, I think, in Gabs' server where I was playing as the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh. Just Spartan kicking people.
I'll have to check.
Which that was fun because in order to do that in the Millennium Dawn mod, you have to play as Liechtenstein.
Ooh. That's
Very small
Now-
country.
Yeah, right.
Now, question is, will you be streaming it at some point? Because for everybody out
Probably
there,
not.
our boy here, Alien Zombie, he is a streamer.
He is
So-
a streamer.
Well, I pretend to be
Shame.
one.
Shameless plug here for Alien Zombie. Go give him a follow there. Gotta get him to affiliate.
I pretend to be a streamer.
We all do, Zombie. Every one of us pretends to be a streamer.
I don't know. Have you seen my streams? They're god awful.
I thought you were going to take it the complete opposite way. Like, I am very proud of my streams. I'm more than a
No.
professional streamer.
No, not at all.
Your
Not at
streams
all.
are quite good, Gabs. I love it when you play stickball.
Stickball.
Man, I can't wait for that new one to come out on the 19th.
Of the old March.
Definitely. Yeah. March.
Ooh.
March 19th is the new stickball game. And guess who's going to stream it?
Not me.
Alien Zombie. Oh,
Alien Zombie.
stay tuned for the stickball stream with Alien Zombie.
I mean, if you want to see someone not hit anything, then yeah.
We can coach you through chat.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like backseat coaching.
Right.
That doesn't
in
help with the
written
lack
form.
of coordination.
Oh, if you can shoot people in Insurgency, you can hit a ball with a stick.
What is this, dodgeball?
my advice for anybody playing stickball here, baseball. I'm sure this advice has been told everywhere, but swing hard just in case you hit it.
Throw your back out. Swing hard.
Yeah, swing hard. Just about throw your back out completely.
I don't need to swing a baseball bat to throw my back out. I just need to get out of bed.
It do be like that.
Yeah, I've reached the 30s mark. I mean, I just turned 30, but and I bent down to put some dishes away in our cupboard where we keep all of our like Tupperware. And I try to get up. That was bad news. Mrs. Dado had to come help me. Yeah, I sound like a fucking Rice Krispie treat.
Snap, crackle, and popping over here.
Yeah, right. And it wasn't even like high school where you were pop, lock, and dropping it. I was locked, dropped, and couldn't get up.
It also doesn't help in my defense that I hurt my back while at work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Nope.
No,
Mhm.
especially when you hurt your back and you go to the emergency room and they ask you, how long have you had scoliosis? Never.
I just ordered it on Amazon. Surprised it came so fast.
Apparently the inflammation was so bad it was causing my spine to curve.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. Did you have to
Yeah.
have surgery?
No.
Well, that's good.
Then again, I was also supposed to consult with another doctor to get an MRI. That also never happened. So
Mm.
I'll put that on the list of things to deal with later.
It's like the whole thing is like, if you don't go to the doctor, is it really there? You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you really have that illness if you don't go to the doctor? I think not.
Well, I went to the doctor and it's now in my chart. So yes,
That's your mistake.
that was my mistake.
Should've never went to the doctor. There's nothing wrong with me. When was the last time I went to the doctor? 10 years ago. Aha.
That makes sense. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Go to the doctor. Get yourself checked. if need be.
Right. Don't listen to us.
Don't We're giving terrible advice to the people.
This is not actual medical advice.
No.
Yeah, we just lost our accreditation as an educational podcast for this one, so don't.
Yeah. That went out the window. We were trying to get that.
Mm-hmm. Phew, out the window like a lead balloon and down the sidewalk it goes.
Oh, man.
So we talked about Aliens game. I know that we talked about in the last episode, Gabs, we asked you what your escape game was. So if you're curious what Gabs and mine escape games are, go back to podcast episode number 2. Check that out. But the question is to Mr. Zombie. I'll take questions for 200, Alex. What was your first gaming console?
Oh, you're really going to make me show my age?
Oh, I told you I was.
Okay, so my first actual gaming console was a Nintendo 64.
Wow. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, no. But before that, we would go to my grandmother's house and play the Super Nintendo that she had.
Well, that's her first gaming. That's her gaming console.
Well,
What was...
yeah.
So
but mine was the Nintendo 64.
That's impressive.
That's a pretty solid, starting point.
For sure.
Into the gaming community.
So how long did you stay loyal to Nintendo?
Until the original Xbox came out.
Ah. So you're an Xbox guy from there on.
Until the PlayStation 3 came out.
Okay. So, okay. What are the gaming consoles that are currently at Alien Zombie's disposal to play? That might be a better question to ask.
PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4. Okay.
Yeah, that is the only gaming console that I currently have.
Oh. And then you have your PC, right?
Yes.
Very cool. Gabs, what about you? What was your first gaming console?
I'm fairly certain it was this Nintendo 64 as well.
Oh, really?
Truth be told, yeah.
What games were you guys playing on the 64?
Oh, man.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. I remember that fucking game vividly.
So do I. The champagne gun. It was supposed to be an AK-47, but the graphics back then, it made it look like a bottle of champagne.
We don't talk about that. Okay. No, and then after that, I just kind of bounced around consoles really because I went for I got the PlayStation 1, then the 2, then I went to Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
then got the 360, and just kind of stuck with Xbox after that. I got the 360, and then the Xbox One came out. Man, when that came out, good lord, did I have troubles with the Xbox One. It was bad.
Now, do either of y'all remember the GameCube?
Oh, I remember the GameCube. My friends had it.
I never had it, yeah.
We those.
I know that there's like a cult following for GameCube now of like people want to go back and play the games from there. And they're like collecting them. And like some of the games are like hundreds of dollars now. It's insane.
Oh, that reminds me of one game that I want to get for console, but no, I'm not paying that price.
The mysterious game is
the last NCAA football game for the PlayStation 3.
Ooh, I actually have that in a box in my drawer in the studio.
Yeah, I think the last time I looked at price, it was like $100 and some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying that for a PlayStation 3 game.
Look at that. Yeah, you're sitting on hundreds of dollars there.
Awesome. I just kept it because I wanted to. I didn't know it was going to be worth anything.
I've been watching this one channel on YouTube, and I don't know, this guy is so funny. It reminds me of Flinty in a way.
Okay.
Because you know how he says he like rages a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy rages a lot on Wii U.
Oh, really?
And it is it's so funny, truthfully. He'll be playing like the Wii U sports a lot and just getting absolutely pissed.
That's hilarious.
And now I'm just like, man, I want to get a Wii U now, get back into that, and maybe stream it because it looks so funny. You guys should check him out. I think his name is like Pooh Fesher or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I recommend watching it.
It's ironic that you said that because I've been thinking about having a stream with my boys because they want to be a part of it, but playing Wii Sports or Nintendo Sports, whatever the hell it's called now, with them, and doing like the sword battles and the tennis and all that. Just so you guys can see how pissed off I get. And they would just have a blast with that. So it's ironic that you brought it up because that was on my list of things to potentially do in the next couple weeks with them.
Just see how fast they can get grounded, pretty much.
Right. That, and they're not allowed to read chat.
Yes. Chat and Dado streams are...
They're not the safest place to be.
They're kind of wild.
I mean, I can behave myself if I need to.
No, I enjoy when people don't behave themselves. It makes it fun.
Dado's kids are in stream. We'll tone it down a bit.
Yeah, I'll warn you.
Yeah,
I'll put it in big bold letters. Be like, hey.
Dado's just gonna be in the back. Shut the fuck.
Shut up. Yeah.
You should though. That sounds like a good idea. Truthfully,
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be very entertaining.
Oh, it will be for everybody involved except me. I get so competitive, it's not even funny. It's oh boy, but the boys would love it, which I think would be cool. So we'll see. That's on the docket. Got to have both of them in a mood that they're willing to do that too. It's you got an 8 and a 7-year-old, and they don't always have the same attitudes throughout the day.
No, their attitudes change pretty fast.
Yeah, they'd be all over the place. It was funny because down in the basement where the studio is, I have a dock for the Nintendo, the ability to put the PlayStation, the Xbox in too, and I have a box that has my old PlayStation 1 in it, my PlayStation 2, my PS3 in it, and the boys were like, what is this gray one that has like cords for the controllers? And I'm like, that's what it used to be. You used to have to sit within 5 foot of the TV to play, not across the room.
And you have like people walking in front of you, just like tripping over the corner and just yanking it out.
Yeah.
Although I still cannot play from across the room because I can't see.
Hey, I'm there with you.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll trip you up real fast when you can't see who you're shooting. Yeah, that's a problem.
It's an issue.
Yeah, I've had those moments of playing a game on the PlayStation and I'm getting shot. I'm like, where's that coming from? I get up and walk to the TV and I'm like, oh, they're right there.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, that's them 5 feet in front of me. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, something like that.
I was wondering what that was.
The curse of having to buy the Seeing DLC in life.
The Seeing DLC. The boys were so confused. One, like I mentioned about the controllers with the cords, and then they saw the memory sticks. They're like, "What is this?" Like, that's the memory stick. And they both have Nintendo Switches, so they're like, no, they're like, memory sticks are small, like SD cards. I'm like, listen, we used to have to like slide back and forth on a floppy disk to erase it when we got it handed to us at the beginning of the school year because they were shared. So don't tell me about large saving devices, son. And they're like, what's a floppy disk? I'm like, oh God.
Yep. I remember having many of conundrums of I need to save this game I'm playing, but in order to do that, I need to delete this save file from that game.
Yeah, right.
And you're just sitting there like, oh shit. Do I really want to do that though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I was
pretty bad conundrums.
I was so in depth into it that I had different colored memory cards, memory sticks, whatever the heck they're called, for like different types of games. Like, let's say blue was like my driving games, red was my 007 because I played 007 like nonstop, and then yellow was everything else or something dumb.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just how OCD I was about it.
Pretty crazy though. Now, since you said, oh, the SD cards and all that stuff, with your kids,
Mm-hmm.
how many gigabytes are in such a small thing? But back then, the memory cards, they weren't the biggest of things, but they weren't, it was megabytes. It wasn't a lot.
Right. And they were like the size of like a tobacco can, like a dip can. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's crazy to think back how much it has changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have an old terabyte external hard drive from when I used to do the Waterfalls Ohio thing that AJ and I talked about in episode number 1, I believe. But that one's like the size of like a small tablet compared to the new terabyte ones that I have for the podcast and all that. They're so much smaller. How much space they can fit in a tiny device.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But then you get new consoles and they're like, you get 1 terabyte. Like, listen, mother effer, I know you could fit like 16 terabytes in that thing. Give it to me.
Yeah. That's my gripe with Xbox, Granted, I did get the cheap Series S. Walmart had a deal when, they were doing their whole Black Friday thing. They had the Xbox Series S, I think. After tax, I paid $280 for it.
Oh, nice.
That it is a lot less than I paid for my PlayStation 3.
Yeah, that was a sweet deal.
It's highway robbery is what it is.
It was good. And then, you come home and you're just like, oh, it's only 500 gigabytes of space that I have there.
Right.
That makes sense now. That's when the gears start turning. You're like, I see.
Right. Well, that's like when I bought the family the Xbox for the house. I made sure that it was the terabyte because I'm like, they're gonna fill this up so freaking fast. And my boys have the tendency of taking screenshots of everything for no reason.
Oh man.
I could just stream that one night. Just get a couple adult beverages, line them up, and we can all go through and delete together all of the shit that Dado's boys took pictures of on the Xbox.
You're just sitting there like, why did they do that? What is this one about?
Yeah. No wonder why Microsoft Flight Simulator wouldn't work, because you took 34 million pictures of Roblox.
This comes a point to where I show my age again. It was literally just a couple years ago that I realized you could take screenshots on consoles.
It do be like that.
I did not know that was a thing you could do.
I do the screen captures. Oh man, do you guys hear my dog barking in the background? He's yapping away.
Yeah, the screen captures that, like, we have to go through their switches and do it too and delete. Mrs. Dado and I will sit there. Boys will go to bed and we'll just sit there on the couch for like an hour and a half deleting. Like, oh my God.
So do the select all and just be gone.
I wish there was, but it's not that simple. It's not.
And just be gone out of my face.
Mm-hmm. Like, I want to write a strongly worded letter to Nintendo and be like, listen, either make a select all button or get rid of the screen capture button on the Joy-Con, because this is dumb. Like, you suck.
Good old Nintendo. Man, I haven't had a Nintendo console in a while.
Yeah, I have a Wii and then the Switches. I think I probably have my dad's old Nintendo, whatever the fuck, somewhere.
You should get into streaming Wii.
That would be an interesting stream.
I will be honest, I have looked at the RCA to HDMI converters for the capture card for that. That and like PlayStation 1.
That'd be so funny. I could just already see Dado with the with his camera going, just flailing around.
We do have 2 more cameras coming. Since I figured out the whole microphone issue, we didn't figure out the ability to stream, but we figured out the microphone issue yesterday. I do have 2 more cameras coming for controller cam and studio cam. So that's exciting.
Man, I want to stream Rocket League at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I had talked to you guys about it. I think it was on stream where I wanted to set up, my controller so you guys could see, what buttons I was pressing and all that stuff. Not with a cam, but like a little overlay type thing on stream.
Yeah.
It turns out you can't have it plugged into your computer and use it on your Xbox at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently you can't have it on 2 devices. At least the crappy one that I have. I have, the ones that came with the Xbox.
Sure.
So I don't
That's
know
no
if
fun.
there's. Yeah, I know. It was so whack. So like when you plug it in, it will work on your computer. Like you could see, on the overlay, you could see the sticks moving around and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in game, the controller's not doing anything. So in Rocket League, like the car's not even moving or anything.
I wish you would have figured that out on stream, not behind the scenes, because that would have been hilarious to watch. You'd be like, "What the shit?"
No,
I would
no,
have
no.
loved to have seen that stream.
No, no, no. You guys know Gabs don't do nothing like that.
Yeah, no point and shoot from Gabs.
You robbed me of entertainment.
Gabs likes to be prepared. I took like 3-4 weeks to set up my streaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I could have peace of mind of it not going up in flames right when I hit go live and not know how to fix it.
You get the panic inset like Dado did in his last stream when we were trying the new webcam out, and I just ripped it out from the back of the mini PC just to make it go away.
I was like, nope, we're not doing this.
Nope. I know how to fix this. We're gonna just remove it completely.
I like that. That is one way of solving it.
I told the IT person, did you unplug it and plug it back in? That's my mentality at that point.
Dad was like, well, I didn't plug it back in, but I did unplug it.
I unplugged it and it fixed the problem. Let me tell you what.
Did you just have to turn the microphone off on the camera? Is that what that whole thing was?
No, I had to go into the settings, the advanced settings of the audio, and it was picking the camera up as the default. So I had to force it to pick up my mic, the Fi-Fi mic.
Right.
Yep, that was the problem. Like, even though I muted it and removed it from the tracks, it was still forcing it as a default. I'm like, well, that's stupid.
That's a good microphone, by the way. That Fi-Fi.
I love this thing.
That comes in clutch. You guys sound awesome.
I love this thing. Shout out to Ramon for pointing me to it.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of Fi-Fi, you see, or have you seen their mixer that they have? Looks pretty nifty.
I have. It's actually in my list in my Amazon cart.
Like $50 or something like that.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm curious about is that this, without having to buy an XLR mic, this is a USB mic that I'm using right now. I don't want to have to buy another mic. I'm just not sure how it interfaces with it.
I think that one, from what I was looking at, it can be hooked up USB to the interface.
If that's the case, then I'm sold. It'll be here in the next 2 weeks. I absolutely hate using the slider in the mix, like the studio, the
Right.
Prism Studio that I use. I hate it. Any of the streaming things, I hated using the digital slider.
It's not ideal.
No.
Especially, I mean, with me, I have one screen, one monitor.
Mm.
So I literally have to be flipping channels to get to, if something's going wrong. Oh man, I had to pull out the please hold.
You're right. Yeah, please hold while I figure out my streaming life here. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
That is actually one thing that stopped me from streaming sooner. Was that I only had the one monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make sure I had two, because I was not trying to have to flip through everything while still streaming.
That's
That
true.
just- That just sounds like a headache.
It is, but I was like, what's the worst that can happen, really?
You look like a boob and we laugh at you or laugh with you. Let me rephrase that. We laugh with you, not at you, Gabs.
No, I think it's at me.
Well, that's like when I started
I know
streaming.
you guys.
Yeah, we're always laughing at you, right? When I started streaming, I used to stream from the PlayStation in my living room with my laptop sitting on the armrest of the couch. So I would stream through Twitch, through the PlayStation, and then manage it from my laptop. You want to talk about trying to play on a large screen TV and watch a laptop at the same time? Oof.
Not ideal.
No.
Man.
But then we came and built the studio, and here we are now. I got fed up with it.
Streaming some great streams.
We're trying to, at least. I went back and watched the VOD from last night's stream just to see how bad it was. And I just put my head in my hand, and Mrs. Dado goes, "What?" I said, "I don't even want to try to explain this to you. This is potato ass shit."
That was like, this is pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was funny though.
The parts that I did see were funny.
Because for me, I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking crap, but for me, when the parts where it would freeze, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just was great timing. So whenever you would come in for a landing on Microsoft Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, so you would come in for a landing, and you could see it obviously, and then it would freeze. And then you could hear your panic when you just smack on the runway. Because you could hear it. You hear it, and then it would unfreeze, and now the nose of the plane is facing the sky again.
Well, that's why I was hoping the VOD was at least decent, because I was going to pull some clips out of the landings, because I could get it to land, but I couldn't get the plane to stop. And that's where the panic set in. Real slow, easy, pretty decent landings for the first time of playing it, but then it would right back to 80 knots. It was gone. I'm like, what the shit?
So the keybinds didn't work, I would assume.
Well, I do have to give you props. At least you can keep the plane in the sky. That is where I have trouble.
I'm gonna have to stream this game, but since I don't have it downloaded, I have to do the cloud gaming thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I have an extra wireless keyboard that I was watching a YouTube video that they said having a keyboard and your controller is probably the best, because you can set up keybinds for your flaps, your trim, all of that, compared to just trying to put buttons.
I thought on controller it was kind of like that. I thought if you held A or tapped A, whatever it was, it would increase your throttle. But I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, there's you have to hold the left bumper, and then it takes you to a whole nother configuration.
Yeah.
And my mind, I guess the first couple times it probably wouldn't work like that, maybe in the future, but I'd rather just have a keyboard sitting in front of me that I could hit on the number pad 1 and then 2 to change my flaps type of thing.
Right. That makes sense.
But Zombie, you were saying that I was able to keep it in the sky. What happens to you? Do you like cut the engines, or what makes you
What's going on
kamikaze?
here?
Yeah. Me no fly. I think that's the issue. Because I can get in the sky, but as soon as I move at all, I'm hitting a building.
Down you go.
Yeah.
And nosedive.
I'm hoping I do better with trains.
Oh, did you get Train Simulator?
Yes.
Yes, stream that. I'm changing my suggestions in your Discord. Stream Train Sim. Please and thank you.
Full chooch. Just gonna keep it pinned the whole time.
See how long it takes me to derail.
Ooh, challenge accepted. I want to know if you can derail.
You should be able to derail in that game. I think you can.
Send it.
Send it.
I'm going to have to launch the game now and just send it to see if I can.
Yeah, yes, you are. You better stream it, because if I find out you derail a train and I didn't get to see it, I'm going to tell you robbed us of entertainment.
Yeah, just like I robbed you guys of my controller overlay.
Right. You guys probably didn't catch it because it was all potatoy, but the second flight that we took before we left and tried to do insurgency and then held it loose and then just ended up chatting until, I don't know, like 4:00 in the morning. Anywho, I tried to fly a helicopter and I got it off the ground, and then it just went into like this spin of death, just round and round and round and round, and I couldn't get it out of it. So we just like,
Yeah,
quickly rage quit.
I saw part of that.
Yeah, it was bad.
I saw, yeah, it froze right when the chopper. So you took off. I saw that part in bits and pieces,
Yeah, right.
You take off and I see you're in the air. I was like, oh, it's going pretty well, for his first time flying it. And it got to the point where the helicopter just started leaning.
Yep. And then
it just kept going. I was like, oh man, this isn't stopping.
Nope, sure wasn't. Nope.
I saw the point to where after it unfroze, all I heard was, maybe I shouldn't do helicopters yet. It unfroze and you were just spinning out of control.
Yeah, it was bad.
And now we're falling out of the sky.
Yep.
I tried helicopters. I don't know. It's been a handful of times in that game. Just because I can't figure it out.
Right?
My brain doesn't work that way, apparently. And I can take off, but for whatever reason, it flies a little cockeyed. Like I'll be flying straight, but the helicopter's like leaning a certain way. And I don't know how to not do that.
That's what was happening in the planes too. Like I had to hold the stick slightly to the right because it kept wanting to bank left. Like I don't know if like one of the rudder trims or flaps. It kept wanting to bank left. It was weird.
I'm starting to realize why I maybe fell out of the sky. Because I did not understand anything of what you just said.
Now, granted, I don't know any of this jargon stuff, right? So I'm probably not the person to be asking about any of this. But maybe it was the rudder trim. Maybe you had to add a little bit of right rudder trim to keep it from wanting to bank.
Right. I think you're right. But my challenge was anytime that I would go in the cockpit and look down to like adjust anything in the console, it was like, we're going to go left, way left now.
Dude, that was so funny. Just watching the plane slowly start banking, and it just got to the point where it was like kind of aggressive at some point. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
He like, really turning.
We're going left, making a left. Yeah,
I know this was a NASCAR.
I was about to say, it's starting to sound like NASCAR.
that is one game I can't get into. Whatever the iRacing NASCAR game is, I'm good. No, thank you.
I don't like
Oh,
that it's subscription based. That's stupid.
Is
in
it
my opinion.
really?
Yeah.
iRacing is subscription based.
I did not know that.
Although
you
I
know,
like me some NASCAR. Those are actually quite fun to play.
I haven't played. I played one of the NASCARs. Can't remember which one. I did god awful. But I played it.
Yeah, I've just never gotten into them. And like I've watched a couple people stream them and I'm like if I watch an actual race, I fall asleep and I'm watching these people's streams. I'm like, okay, we need to find something else to watch.
Thankfully you didn't join in on me playing Forza.
Horizon or the other one?
No, I was playing Motorsports.
You're more of a sim guy though, you said, right? You like the sim racing of it?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Horizons. It's too arcadey for me.
Okay.
And I don't know. The cars feel odd in a way. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like
Sure.
when you're going off road in those games, it doesn't really feel like you're off road.
Mm.
So that was like one of my issues with that. Now Forza Motorsports, they have, or at least in Forza 7, they had like trophy trucks and all that stuff, like stadium trucks. And it was kind of pointless in my opinion. I'm like, well, why do you guys have this if you can't even jump the trucks? You know, it's the whole reason behind them. Like that's why they exist, so they can go in the air.
Right. Many flying projectiles.
And you know, that's one of the things. So I can't really have anything to compare it with besides, I don't know, have you guys played Dirt? I don't know if you guys have played those rally racing games. Fun
I have,
games,
yeah.
by the way.
I have, and I was horrible.
Too many jump maybes and, you know, right fives and, you know, all that fun stuff. Those games are fun.
I straight beat it off the rev limiter. I didn't listen. I just
Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite things about that game. The anti-lag systems are pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a hard time with that game of going the right direction.
No. You can't keep a plane up in the air. You can't go in the right direction on dirt. What are you doing, zombie?
That is why my streams are labeled as not legit gameplay. Because there's a good chance that the game is not going to be played the way it's supposed to.
That's fair, I suppose.
Yeah, that is very. At least we know what we're getting into when we come into it. That do not take this as a tutorial. That is not what this is.
Although when I was playing Dirt, I did wrap myself around a tree a few times.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was, you know, sending it a little too hard, and then wham, straight into a tree.
Yeah, those trees will stop you in a heartbeat.
So will other cars.
If you want to slow down, just know.
Yeah. You need to stop quick, fast, and in a hurry? Find an oak tree.
It'll stop you. I promise.
See me like those driving games, even like The Crew, or I used to play, what was that called? Test Drive or whatever. It was on the island of like the big island of Hawaii. It was a PlayStation 3 game, Test Drive 2 or something like that. This goes all the way back to when I was a kid. And this is the nerd inside of me that I only would want to play with Matchbox cars because they were realistic looking, not Hot Wheel cars.
Right.
So that's even transpired into like gameplay. So like Test Drive, whatever number, I would just drive around the island and just pretend like I was living there. And that's kind of why I like Horizon from what I see in the gameplay.
Right.
So I'm weird like that, which is not entertaining to watch for other people. Oh, you probably won't see me stream it, but because I'm just like a squirrel, just, ooh, look at that. Oh, let's drive over there.
Yeah, I've tried that in Grand Theft Auto 5.
To be real?
Yeah, stopping at lights and all of that. Yeah, they don't like that.
No, they just shoot you and blow you up.
Yes.
That's why you should try LSPDFR, man. If you're into that
Ooh.
type of stuff.
Yes.
I think I tried that once, but I accidentally shot someone, so I stopped.
Oh,
Oh,
ruh-roh.
well, just back out and do it again. Officer Alien on the scene.
If you're noticing, there's a trend of games normally go wrong.
I don't know if there was
That's
a right way to play it.
right. It's
Well,
all
you're not
you.
supposed to shoot civilians.
I mean, aren't they all civilians if you really think about it? Even the bad guys,
Just bad civilians.
right? Right. They didn't have big blinking neon signs over them, so how were you supposed to know? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Isn't it officer discretion or something like that? No. We're not getting into that.
Nope.
No,
Moving on.
no.
So moving on.
Right. So I played those games and I still do. Like that's like ATS. I love watching like biker stream and you stream with him, Alien. It makes my skin crawl because I'm so like ultra realistic. I'm like, you just blew a red light. You can't take a truck that fast around a corner. Oh my god, where are you? I'm like freaking out over here because like my realism's like
Okay. Traffic lights are suggestions, and I've seen trucks go that fast around a corner before. Not going to say it ended nicely, but they still made it around the corner.
Oh, I love the streams. They're hilarious. Me personally, if like you guys, if I ever got ATS and you guys asked me to join a stream, you guys would be like 7 jobs. I'd still be doing the first one. Just do, driving Miss Daisy.
I've thought about doing like normal, I guess, driving. But man, that would take a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are when the shorter jobs come into play.
Right.
Although with playing ATS with biker, I have learned how to flip my truck on purpose.
Yeah, you
pretty
know,
good at
flip your
So
truck.
if someone comes in chat and they're like, "Oh, flip your truck," I can do it, not even have to really try.
On command, he can flip his truck. He's like the dog in the kitchen. Roll over. Roll. There goes zombie. Rolling the truck.
One time I wrecked an ATS that it surprised me was when I fell off the bridge.
Oh, that was a good one.
I did not know you could fall off the bridge.
Now you know.
I thought they'd have had.
You know.
I thought they would have some kind of invisible wall there so you couldn't.
No, this is realism, bud.
No.
Off you go.
Yep.
Down the bridge, get off.
Right.
You're flying off.
Or like, what was it? Biker that put his truck into a ditch and couldn't get out. Like, yeah, those are funny moments. I will give you guys credit for that.
Man, with how bad my PC runs that game, it has caused some hilarious crashes, I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. There's a bunch of time. There was one time where Soulblade was just off on the side of the road. He's like, "Oh, I crashed," and he was just like sitting there. I was like, "Oh, it's fine." So I'm like trying to full send it past him because on my screen there was nothing there, right?
Mm.
Like there was some cars, but you could easily get around them, and I thought I made it. I was so excited. Turns out, I plowed through so many cars, apparently, and the game let me know. I came to a complete stop. I was like,
Out
oh,
of nowhere.
yeah, out of nowhere. Nothing was around me still when that happened. But good Lord, was it funny.
And again, ATS online convoying is just kind of funny on its own.
Sure.
Because there was one time we were convoying, and for some reason, a bus was flying.
They do that. Don't know why that happens, but they do go flying across your screen.
Yeah, for
Flying
no reason.
buses.
Just normal driving, and you just see a bus just flying off.
It's the magic school bus. Do magic school bus.
Oh man, it's so funny.
All you see is Miss Frizzle in the front with whiskey bottles on her dress, and Biker's like, "Ooh, okay."
That makes sense why the trucks do what they do.
Right. So as we learn about Alien, and we thank you, Alien, for coming in and hanging out with us and giving us a little bit of behind the scenes and pulling the curtain back as we all enjoy hanging out in Alien Zombie streams on Twitch. Like Gab said, if you haven't gone and followed him yet, please make sure you head on over there and give that man a follow. They are quite hilarious, so we do enjoy them. We learned a little bit about Zombie. We continue to pick more at Gabs and learn more about Gabs as we continue to postpone his grilling. He's lucky. But we truly appreciate it. And Zombie, as customary in the Between the Mics podcast, we do have one more question for you that we did not prepare you for. And that is, what is one thing that you could tell younger Zombie that you wish you knew? So in the past, Dado says that there's always a season for everything. And Gabs, what was yours?
Stay stubborn.
Stay stubborn. Zombie, what would be the one thing you would tell younger you?
You really put me on the spot with this one.
Yeah.
That's the point.
We got put on the spot too. This wasn't planned last time when Dado asked.
Maybe I should add it to the list of questions for the rest of the guests.
I'm trying to think of a response that is podcast friendly.
Okay.
If I was able to tell my younger self something, it would definitely be that it gets better.
Very fair.
Of which that keeps it kind of guessing of what I mean, but that's for a different time.
Sure. Absolutely. And that's a fair point, that it all ties together, and you're right. It will get better. Seas get rough. So there's a saying that I use with my team that a great sailor does not become great by sailing on smooth seas. And the depth of that is exactly what you're saying, is that it's going to be challenging, but it will get better. And you have to persevere and make your way through that. And it's either you could do it on your own or do it with the strength of your family and friends around you, but never forget that you can do it. And with that, we leave you here at episode number 3, and we appreciate Alien Zombie coming in and hanging out with us. Alien, thank you so much. Again, go check him out on the Twitch. Gabs, as always, it's a pleasure, buddy. Appreciate having you here and providing some commentary and jokes and keeping us all in check as Dado gets off tracked also multiple times. So
all in check, he says, as I try to derail the whole thing.
Right, yeah,
I don't like me driving a train.
Yeah, stay tuned for the Alien Zombie Train Simulator stream. Look, now I just put you on the spot that you have to do it. But we appreciate everybody. We love you. Thank you again, and stay tuned for episode number 4. Love you. Bye.
See ya.